In a world dominated by stealth, speed, and advanced technology, one aircraft stands apart. It's not sleek, it's not fast, and it's definitely not pretty. But when it appears on the battlefield, everything changes. The sound of its cannon echoes across valleys and deserts alike, shaking the ground and striking terror into enemies. They call it the Warthog, but to those who truly understand air power, it's known by another name, the real king of the sky. Welcome to Wings of War, the home of legends, dominance, and sky-bound glory. If you live for the roar of engines, the thunder of jet cannons, and the stories behind the aircraft that shaped history, you're in the right place. Today, we dive deep into the untouchable story of the A-10 Thunderbolt II, a plane that refuses to die, and one that's still rewriting the rules of modern warfare. The A-10's story begins not in the sky, but on the battlefields of Vietnam. During that war, American pilots learned a painful lesson. Fast jets like the F-4 Phantom were useless in close combat. They couldn't slow down enough to identify ground targets. They couldn't stay long enough to protect troops under fire. They were built for air superiority, not survival. The U.S. Air Force realized it needed something else, a plane that could fly low, take a hit, and hit back harder. Something built not for beauty, but for purpose. So in the early 1970s, the call went out for a machine that could dominate the battlefield, not from altitude, but from grit and armor. Fairchild Republic answered that call. And from their hangars rolled out a beast, the A-10 Thunderbolt II. Inspired by the legendary P-47 Thunderbolt from World War II, this aircraft was designed for one mission only, close air support. It wasn't built to chase enemy jets. It was built to protect soldiers, destroy tanks, and survive anything the enemy threw at it. To understand the A-10, you first need to meet its heart, the GAU-8 Avenger cannon. The entire aircraft was designed around this gun, not the other way around. It's a 7-barrel 30mm Gatling gun capable of firing nearly 3,900 rounds per minute. That's about 70 rounds every single second. Each round is the size of a Coke bottle, built to pierce tank armor like paper. When the A-10 fires, the entire plane slows down slightly from recoil. Its iconic BRRRRRT sound has become one of the most recognized noises in modern warfare, the sound of death from above. Pilots describe the vibration of the gun as a living pulse, a reminder that this aircraft isn't just another jet, it's an airborne weapons system unlike anything else in history. To enemies on the ground, that sound means one thing: it's already too late. The A-10's firepower is terrifying, but what truly makes it unstoppable is its ability to survive. This aircraft is built like a flying tank. Its cockpit is encased in a titanium armor shell known as the bathtub. It weighs nearly 900 pounds and can withstand direct hits from armor-piercing rounds. The fuel tanks are self-sealing. The engines are mounted high and apart to reduce heat signature and stay out of the line of fire. The A-10 can lose half a wing, a tail fin, or even one engine, and still fly home. There are real combat stories where Warthogs returned to base riddled with bullet holes, missing landing gear, hydraulic systems destroyed, and still managed to land. That's not luck. That's American engineering at its finest. It was built for the brutal chaos of war, to take punishment, deliver it back tenfold, and bring its pilot home alive. The A-10's combat role is precision ground attack, a mission that demands accuracy, patience, and courage. Unlike other jets that drop bombs from miles away, the Warthog gets close, dangerously close. It flies low and slow, scanning the battlefield with its advanced targeting systems, hunting for tanks, convoys, or hidden artillery. With its long loiter time, it can circle an area for hours, waiting for the right moment to strike. And when it does, the results are devastating. Armed with AGM-65 Maverick missiles, Hydra rockets, and laser-guided bombs, the A-10 is a one-plane war machine. Every weapon is designed to complement the cannon, a perfect balance of speed, range, and precision. For ground troops, that means salvation. When soldiers pinned down in a firefight hear the BRRRRRT echoing overhead, they know help has arrived. It's not just an airstrike, it's hope made of titanium. During the Gulf War, the A-10 cemented its legend. In less than 6 weeks, Warthogs destroyed more than 900 Iraqi tanks, over 2,000 military vehicles, and 1,200 artillery pieces, all with minimal losses. The aircraft proved so reliable that pilots often flew multiple missions a day. In one instance, an A-10 took a direct hit from a surface-to-air missile, losing half a wing and an engine, yet still returned safely. The message was clear. This aircraft wasn't just effective, it was indestructible. The Warthog had earned its crown through fire and steel. For soldiers on the ground, the A-10 isn't just another aircraft. It's a guardian. Veterans tell stories of Warthogs arriving just when everything seemed lost, strafing enemy positions so close that shrapnel hit the friendly lines, but the enemy never advanced again. One soldier once said, "When you hear that BRRRRRT, you don't just hear safety, you feel it." That bond between pilot and infantry is what makes the A-10 unique. It's not designed for air-to-air kills or stealth missions, it's designed for people. Every time it flies, it carries the weight of lives depending on it. That's not just power, that's purpose. But even legends face extinction. The U.S. Air Force has tried repeatedly to retire the A-10, claiming newer jets like the F-35 can do its job. On paper, they're right. The F-35 is faster, stealthier, and more technologically advanced. But the battlefield isn't fought on paper. When it comes to close air support, flying low, taking hits, staying on target, nothing matches the A-10. No F-35 can loiter for hours, take direct ground fire, and keep fighting. The A-10's simplicity is its strength. It doesn't rely on fragile electronics or stealth coatings. It relies on armor, power, and pilot skill. That's why, despite decades of attempts to replace it, the Warthog still flies, still fights, and still wins. Every time there's talk of retirement, soldiers, veterans, and even lawmakers rise to defend it. They know the truth. No other plane has ever done what the A-10 does. It's not just a piece of equipment, it's a lifeline. Even today, it serves in the U.S. Air Force, flying missions in hostile regions, delivering precision strikes with the same unmatched accuracy it's had for decades. The world may change, technology may evolve, but the Warthog's purpose remains eternal: protect the men and women on the ground. When you look at the A-10, you see more than metal. You see a legacy, a symbol of what it means to fight with heart. Its pilots are some of the most respected in the Air Force, trained not only in tactics but in empathy, understanding what it means to fight for those who can't fight back. The A-10 doesn't just dominate the sky, it connects heaven and earth in the most literal way possible. Its presence is reassurance, its firepower a promise, and its durability a legend. So, is the A-10 Thunderbolt II the real king of the sky? It depends on how you define a king. If a king is fast, invisible, or futuristic, maybe not. But if a king is fearless, loyal, and unstoppable, then yes, the A-10 reigns supreme. It doesn't need to be the newest, or the flashiest. Its power lies in something deeper: reliability, toughness, and a devotion to its mission. It's the kind of aircraft that defines generations, not through innovation, but through impact. The Warthog doesn't chase glory. It earns it, every single time it flies. Even as the future brings drones, stealth bombers, and artificial intelligence to the skies, one thing remains certain: the legend of the A-10 will never fade. Its growl will echo in the history books, in the hearts of soldiers, and in the skies it still rules. Because true kings don't retire. They evolve, they endure, and they inspire. The A-10 Thunderbolt II is more than just a machine. It's a statement that strength isn't about speed, but survival, not about perfection, but persistence. It's not the prettiest plane ever built. But beauty was never its mission. Victory was. And on that front, it's unbeaten. So next time you hear that unmistakable sound tearing across the horizon, remember, that's not thunder. That's the Warthog, the real king of the sky. This is Wings of War, where legends take flight. If you enjoyed this journey into the heart of air power, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more stories of the machines that rule our skies. Because here, every roar tells a story, and every story reminds us that the sky belongs to those who dare to master it.